Hey guys, what's up? Chief Pat here, and today bringing you guys a brand new Clash Royale video, and today we're going to be hopping into a brand new deck on my main Chief Pat account, and I wanted to show you guys the new and improved bowler after the balancing changes. So personally, I thought the bowler was already pretty decent before the most recent balancing update where they reduced its cost to 5 and only nerfed its statistics just a little bit for its health and its damage. So let's go ahead and try it out inside of a deck. I'm going to have the Giant inside of it, the bowler, that's going to be my main push, of course. I've got the Poison Spell as well as the Zap, which are two of the best spell cards inside of the entire game, as well as the classics like the Elixir Collector, the Musketeer, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. to end up doing a pretty decent amount of work for me. Now, in the very beginning, definitely not the best hand to deal with that Prince push, so I have to end up zapping it and dropping my Musketeer. Guards are going to come down right afterwards to kill that Princess, and so far we were only able to take just a little bit of damage on our tower, so really not too big of a deal for me, and here we can start setting up for the rest of the game. So I've got the bowler ready in the very back. I can get ready to place that right after my Giant. I'm going to play the Giant right as my Elixir Pump goes off, and now that the Ice Wizard's on my side of the map, my tower will take it out no problem, and we can start building up for our big push. So at this point, we have a massive Elixir lead, plus he's going to play an Elixir Collector. I'm pretty sure that I have 15 Elixir, or 14 Elixir right now, and he might have like 4 Elixir, 7 Elixir available. That was literally all of his Elixir for that P.E.K.K.A. right there. So we're going to go ahead and dump his troop down. That P.E.K.K.A. should be going down fairly soon, and as our Giant beats down that tower, things are going to turn out pretty well for us. In fact, the bowler is going to move to the tower, and it looks like the bowler should have enough damage, barring the Prince assassinating it, to take out the very first tower of the game. So we were able to defend off that opening push from baseball, and then go on a little bit of a counter push and take that tower out. We had such a massive amount of Elixir, and I really think he made a massive mistake by dropping that Elixir Pump. And I normally don't recommend dropping that Elixir Pump if you know you're at a really far disadvantage, and that's what happened to this guy during this battle. Now, sort of awkward here since he played another Elixir Pump. I'm not sure exactly where I wanted to go. I ended up dropping my bowler in the very back. His baby dragon's going to come across the way, and rather than deal with the baby dragon, I can just use the Mini P.E.K.K.A. to both kill the princess as well as distract the baby dragon, and that's going to end up giving me an insane amount of value. Plus, my Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to lock onto that Elixir Collector and take that Elixir Collector out. I've got the Poison Spell down, which should push back into both of the princes as well as both of the crown towers, so an amazing amount of value off that Poison Spell. The bowler is going absolutely ham from the very back, and we've just been making some really positive trades throughout this entire battle, and that's what's given us this massive lead. So he's barely touched our tower after that very first push, maybe only 200 damage after we sacrificed a bit to get that Elixir Pump down. At this point, we are straight face rolling on his side of the map, and that's going to end up giving us the 3 crown to 0 victory fairly flawlessly after a little bit shaky at the beginning getting that pump down. So as you can see, the bowler was really fun inside of this deck, and I didn't even have it going against something that he could knock back. Like, I was going against the 2 princes, which the bowler obviously cannot knock back using his boulder right there. So playing another person who has a bunch of those smaller troops like a Mini P.E.K.K.A., barbarians, anything like that, the bowler will absolutely tear through those and to have even more success inside of a battle. Now, starting off in this next battle, I don't have my Giant, so I have to make a bit of an awkward push, and since I even sacrificed some damage on the left-hand lane from that Musketeer, just because I was really desperate to get a push going to his tower, we're going to get almost nothing done on this right-hand side, and this was a little bit of a disaster. We will play our Elixir Pump and maybe take a hit or two from the Dark Prince on our right-hand tower, but really not the start we wanted to have to the game. Still, things are okay. We are only a little bit behind in Elixir, since we did get that Elixir Pump down ASAP. But next time we go in, we definitely want to have the Giant and not get dominated by his bowler yet again. Now, since he did play his Elixir Collector right on top of his Musketeer, obviously going to poison both of those at once to get a pretty insane amount of value, and a Musketeer is just going to hop over to the lane. Fire Spirits shouldn't really do too much. The bowler will actually knock out all of those Fire Spirits, and my guards, even though there was a little bit of a delay, actually the Prince is going to hit the bowler. I felt like I placed those a little bit earlier, but anyways, that's going to be it. It looks like the guards are going to get knocked out by that bowler. He's going to go bowling. I love the sound effect of the bowler, by the way. It may be my favorite inside of the entire game. And the bowler's just going to keep waddling its way to my side of the map before eventually I'm going to have to deal with it. Now, notice what I do. Instead of dropping just a straight up Mini P.E.K.K.A., I'm going to drop the Mini P.E.K.K.A. plus the Giant. That way, both the Dark Prince and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. were distracted, or both the Dark Prince as well as the bowler were distracted for a decent amount of time. I felt like it worked out pretty well. We should only take maybe just a little bit of damage. I will use my bowler as well as my Zap spell. even though the guards probably would have been a little bit better just dropping those straight up, but still, things are going to be fine. His tower's down to 1,335 on the other side, and even though this entire game we have not got a proper push-off using our combination, we're still definitely in the driver's seat to win this game, as long as things don't go terribly wrong. Alright, so bowler on bowler action, a little bit of pay-per-view UFC in the left-hand lane. Musketeer's going to clean up that Dark Prince. Bowler's going to go down on the left-hand side this time, and I should be able to knock that, or I was hoping that Boulder was going to go through and hit his Musketeer as well. And since I have so much elixir, let's just make a push down the left-hand lane. Why not? Always good to get tower damage down to both towers. Looks like the poison spell is going to help out yet a bit. We've got so many troops over here, but it's going to be really hard to deal with all of them. In fact, that one Musketeer did end up dying, but at this point, I'm pretty much committed down the left-hand lane, and I'm just trying to go for that pretty easy victory. So Bowler plus the Musketeer are doing work. The Musketeer is going to do as much as possible. I'm going to zap the tower to get one more Musketeer shot off, which ended up giving us that tower, and with that one quick zap spell, we ended up taking out the tower and it giving us that 1 crown to 0 victory. So definitely a funky battle right there. We never actually put our giant bowler combination down, just due to how our cards were laid out in the very beginning. So because of that, things didn't really work out too well, but we were still able to squeak out a 1 to 0 victory using this deck. Alright, so much more conventional right here. We're going to get the elixir pump off the start. 2 spear goblins really shouldn't be too bad. I can just let myself take some damage from those. He's going to play a Musketeer down the left-hand lane. Instead of dropping my Bowler first, I'm going to drop my Giant, and the reason I'm doing that is because if he has a Poison Spell or a Fireball, my Giant won't take that much damage, whereas the Bowler would obviously take a fair amount more. So now that my Giants and Bowler is out of range of the Poison Spell, if he did have one, I can go ahead and start dropping some of my other troops. Looks like they're going to start doing work, and as you can see, there was a Poison Spell, so that was definitely smart not to play a Bowler or a Musketeer in the very beginning. But now we can keep pushing. We've got the Bowler cleaning up that Witch. Look at the Wombo combo with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. as well as the Bowler, and a Zap Spell is going to give my Mini P.E.K.K.A. one more shot to hit that tower, which it will end up doing. And from here, I'm hoping this is going to be a good game. Usually what I do is if I take that very first tower out and I'm pushing for the 3 crown, I like to say good game, and not that I'm trying to BM, but I just want the opponent to give up in the battle, so I get that easy 3 crown. Looks like this one was pretty much over anyways. I didn't even have to drop a good game or anything like that. And we're going to pick a 3 crown to 0 with 1 single push down the left-hand lane. That's how you love to do it. Just get a quick pump down, get your 3 crown army out, and things will be blown to smithereens and no problems. So one more battle, let's go ahead and face off against BTSM. Looks like we're facing a fellow level 13, starting with the elixir pump, pretty good, and he's wasting a ton of elixir right now. He's wasted 3 elixir, about 2.5 elixir in that very beginning session. So guards will clean up that Mini P.E.K.K.A. That's a 1 elixir positive trade, plus our elixir pump is already pumped once, I believe. This will be the second pump for the elixir pump right there. So we just have an insane amount of value off that pump and that start, to where it's going to be pretty hard for him to climb back in this game, even with a completely maxed out Ice Wizard. I got the same exact thing. That's the only legendary card I have maxed out, the Ice Wizard, so me and this guy are definitely in this together, but let's go ahead and keep pushing down with a bit of a combo. Now, unfortunately, right as my poison spell goes down, the princess is going to be just out of range of the poison. So unlucky, but notice how the Bowler did absolutely crazy work against those barbarians. It kept knocking them back over and over again, and we're actually going to take that tower out, and even though the princess did get hit once by the Musketeer, she is going to stay alive as well. So we've got a pump and a half down. We haven't taken very much damage at all. We've taken maybe 400 on my left-hand tower, 200 on the right-hand tower now, so we're definitely in cruise control right now. I think from the very beginning, he was just making a huge mistake by not playing any cards. I can't tell you guys how many replays I see where people are just wasting elixir. Even if it's just like a half elixir at a time, that adds up so much inside of entire battle. You could be wasting like 3 or 4 elixir throughout a battle, which could end up just costing you the entire game and it'd be a huge pain for you in the future. Now, that giant balloon push actually was pretty effective because I didn't have any cards to actually distract both the giant and the balloon. Normally, I run a cannon inside of every single deck, but this one is a little bit different. I have the Bowler subbed in for the cannon pretty much, so not going to have that to deal with the giant balloon push, but let's go ahead and play our guards to deal with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I've got the Bowler for the left-hand lane to start pushing on that Ice Wizard, and we're getting ready for one more push down the left-hand lane to hopefully wrap up this game and not have to worry too much, even if he takes out that right-hand tower. I'm not too worried. I can always play my elixir pump defensively if I have to. It actually used to be a really common strategy to play your elixir pump defensively, and play it in the very center of your map before they nerfed its HP. But seeing as we have a massive push going down the left-hand lane, let's not stop it. The bowler is bowling all over that mini P.E.K.K.A, and they're absolutely dominating that tower, even with the furnace coming out right here. The furnace is going to get knocked out, and we can go for another 3-crown push. So poison down that princess. The bowler's actually going to bowl her down in a single stroke. That's definitely going to be a strike. The barbarians are going to get knocked into the poison from the bowler, and that is going to be yet another 3-crown to 0 using this deck. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, even though my bowler is not completely maxed out. So guys, if you want to try this deck, I definitely recommend it. It's a super fun to play. It's not too expensive, except for the giant, the bowler, and the elixir collector, I guess. Okay, maybe not the cheapest deck in the game, but I'd say it's maybe average to slightly above average. But yeah, try it out. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to try to keep cooking up some more decks with the bowler to see exactly what works. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.